What's the biggest challenge that you have when you're working with a group? Communication. And that's probably the biggest part of being a business owner, is communicating. Goal setting is an important, very important part of it. To know where you want to go, the direction that the organization, the entrepreneurial adventure wants to go in, to have an ultimate focus of why you're doing all of this is very important. In a lot of cases, in the business world, it's measured by profit and loss. Goals are, you want to make as much money as you possibly can. You want to have as low expenses as you possibly can, so the profit margin is the biggest it possibly can be. In this particular case, I think there's some other goals that we're looking to achieve here. You guys have thought for yourselves about a charitable organization that you're looking to donate your profits to. So that's one goal. You want to make that donation as big as possible. So you guys all need to focus on how do we create the most revenue, least expense, so that we can give the biggest check to the charity that we've chosen. Other goals within for yourselves should be, how well did I participate? How much effort did I put in this? And effort is the true measure of success. If you're willing to put in the effort that's necessary, you're going to be successful. If you're not, if you're hoping that everyone else will do it and you can just ride alongside, then you're going to find that success is a little bit harder to get to. So we measure goals from our perspective in terms of, did we achieve what we wanted to do with regards to all of you enjoying the process? Did you learn something from this process? Is there something that you can walk away next year and say, hey, I learned how to do this while I was in that class? Were you excited about learning things in a different way? For some of us, we're great at reading books and learning from books. Others, they want to learn in a different way. So a success will be, I understood all of the math in my grade 5 class because we did this entrepreneurial adventure. So we measure success in many different ways, but I think the ultimate thing with entrepreneurial adventure is just whether it was something that you learned something from, whether you enjoyed it, and whether at the end of the day you can, you've stretched who you are a little bit further. Teamwork, like in sporting events and in pretty much everything, is very critical to how well you'll do or how successful you'll be. In teamwork, and how do you make that happen is, again, by open communication and making sure that everyone has a sense of being part of this. If every one of you students feels that you're participating and you're helping the venture move forward, you're going to work in teams. You're going to have great teamwork, and making sure that the environment is open for someone to share their opinion, whether it's different than everyone else's, without having judgment placed on them. So, we want people to be able to come forward and say, I think this is how we can do it. Because that way it opens up the door for all sorts of ideas. And I think when you have these ideas floating around, you'll start to sense that people will start to work in teams. People will start to gravitate towards other people and try and build some consensus for their ideas. And that's really how teamwork works. There's no way that we can tell you, this is the team, this is what you have to do, until you get a sense of, this is a team that I want to do something with. Biggest component of success is being able to communicate and knowing that if you do come across a hurdle, which every business does, you've got to figure a way around that. You've got to figure out, how do we solve this problem? So we just have to keep trying to figure out new ways to do things, and we have to keep testing them. So I think as a class, you always need to be in discussion mode. You always need to be, whether it's discussing what the concept is, whether it's discussing what the roles are for each participant, whether it's going out and discussing, with other students in your school, whether they would buy whatever it is you're offering for marketing purposes and for, you know, understanding what the best option for you to do. So that's the key to any successful business, is how well they communicate